Is it pixelated for anybody else?
Is it, or is it just me?
I'm not sure.
No one's.
Anybody?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Someone's typing. It looks. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's just my crappy internet. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's getting a bit clear now. I guess in the recording it will show us really clear as
The
well. So
recording, it
yeah,
should be
let's
pretty
just get
clear.
on with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess. Yeah. Let's get to it now.
Okay. So the first thing I like to talk about when I talk about 3Pay is really there's two sides of crypto. You have the trading and investing side, and then you have the currency or payment side. And with 3Pay, we really want to focus on just the payments and treating crypto like money. Um, so we really focus on how can we make it usable like money? How can we make it feel like money? How can we make it trade like money? And people use it like money. So the first step is making it feel kind of relatable to money, which is like a checkbook, allowing it to understand what dollars and cents are, as well as what BNB is, or Crow, or ETH, or whatever network you're connected to. So this checkbook allows you to just punch in a dollar sign with the amount, or punch in a token amount with the token amount, and it'll do the conversions for you automatically. So you don't have to guess at what anything's worth. You can add memos to your payments, so it's easy for you to identify what you're paying for or what people are paying you for. So again, these are things to kind of just make it feel more like money. Because when you use MetaMask, when you use crypto, it literally doesn't feel anything like you're used to if you're not knowledgeable about what crypto is. You get lost really quickly. So the idea is to make this feel like more like money, make it relate to money, so that people can identify how to use it a lot simpler. We keep all of your transactions kind of get stored in one spot, regardless of what chain you use. So now you've got like a collective ledger of all the payments that you're making across networks that you can then give to your accountant or download into a spreadsheet. And again, it's more in line with what you'd see with your bank account versus a crypto exchange. I've got this page up here. You can see this is a live page. So I'll just punch in the dollar amount, and you can see it handles the conversion automatically. Or I can punch in a BNB amount, and it'll handle the conversion automatically. This works for any chains. So we can go to ETH. You can't see the MetaMask pop up, but it is there on the Switch networks. So now I'm on the ETH network. I've got a zero balance, so I have a on ramp network that shows up, so I can buy ETH if I wanted to. But in any case, I can still do the dollar conversion, and it'll do the ETH translation for me. So then we take that, and then we combine it with basically a kind of a social tree kind of a feature, which basically turns your profile into a social tree where people can not only link to your social media, but they can also make payments to you. Um, you can have just normal links like your contacts, your website, or your email address, or your phone number, or you can have your social links, or you can have what we call quick buy links. You can see here I have Buy Me Coffee, so if I click that, it'll actually trigger a $2 MetaMask transaction. Um, or I can click Make Payment and open up the full check like we've seen on the transactions page. And again, the amount can be entered in either dollars or in tokens. You can rate each person. So you can rate them, and your rating is actually fluid. This part is actually not quite working. You can rate, it does work, but it should highlight whatever your last rating was. But it's fluid, meaning you can change your rating of a person or a brand at any time. So you may think that I'm 5 star right now, but later on you may come back and you may think that I'm 1 star. So you can switch up your vote, and that will adjust the voting on the brand or the person. You can also add that person to your payment contacts so that you can easily reference them at a later point. Or you can download their V card to your phone and add it to your contacts, and it'll add all the information that the person has visible in their profile will get added to your contacts. So all of their social links, all of their websites and emails and phone numbers, etc. And then we've got Pay It Forward, which is basically our way of trying to kind of encourage people to do good for people. You can randomly pay people, and we give you three options. So we give you a random address that you can just fill out the payment for, or you can just select one of two people from the bottom. And we're going to use this to really kind of challenge people on social media through these social challenges and contests to do good deeds and fundraise and just kind of generally help each other out. And then we also have a discovery page. I don't have this linked, but I'll type in the URL here. And the slide for this actually isn't as complete as the page itself. So here we can do a search for keywords, we can do a search for interests, we can do a search for usernames. It'll basically pull up. It's an easy way to kind of figure out who's on the network and what's relevant to what you're looking for. So if you're looking for AMAs or lounges, you could show up in here. So other people could discover your lounge through 3Pay. They could also pay you through 3Pay. We've got a booking and scheduling system that we're going to be working on, which is going to allow people to book and schedule either AMAs or DJs or wedding photographers or any one of those professions that requires kind of a booking and scheduling agent. That'll also be attached to this. And then education is a huge part of the crypto space that we all have to talk about. Again, our primary focus with 3Pay is to kind of talk about crypto as currency, as money, and our academy is kind of still focused on that, even though it will touch on other areas a little bit, just so that people can educate themselves. But by and large, we're going to really try to focus on teaching people how to use crypto as money, where they can spend it, how they can get gift cards, for example, or off ramps and on ramps. How can they actually turn their crypto into actual money that they can use to pay their daily bills. And then we've got a referral program, which I'm really excited about because I feel like there's very few referral programs like it. I'm not sure how much referral programs have been used with smart contracts. I do know that I've found other people using them or other references to them, so I think they are being used to some degree. But we're really going to lean into this and build a whole suite of smart contracts, including this one, which will allow for a 50-50 split with the referrer. So you'll be able to work your way up through tiers, and you'll be able to work your way up to a 50-50 split. And you only have to get to basically roughly 12,000 accounts before you get to that 50-50 split. And that's if you're starting from tier 1. Depending on what account type you get, you might start off at tier 2 or tier 3 or tier 4. And again, with the thing that really excites me about this is that there's no settlement time. So literally the moment that the transaction happens, the moment somebody signs up for a premium account, you guys get paid and we get paid. Or I should say the referrer gets paid and we get paid in that exact moment. And that's all handled by a smart contract, so there's no fuss, no muss. And then right now we have 3 different packages for accounts. You can have the free account, which comes with limited options. You can have the premium account, which gives you basically full options, or the business account, which gives you full options with a couple extra bells and whistles because you're a business and you may want decals for your store window. You maybe want to be featured in the store. You may want to have products in our store, things of that nature. And then these are just a recap and some of the highlighted features that we've talked about. So we've got the crypto checkbook, we've got multi-chain payments, easy currency conversions. You can add in, one thing I didn't mention with the switch actually is that you can add RPCs as well as switch. So if I open up this switch and I don't have Crow RPC added to my MetaMask or Matic, when I click that, it'll add the RPC to MetaMask first and then switch to the network. I already have all these added, so it's not going to do it, but that does work. Again, you can add memos. There's email notifications and receipts. It's a user-friendly ledger. One thing I did not talk about either is the payment links and embeds. So we've got a whole mechanism in line so that you can easily link to your payment page, or you can embed it directly into your website. These embeds aren't quite live yet, but they'll allow you to easily, just with a couple lines of code, turn any website into a DApp. You can add social links, contact information, official links, V-card for your contacts, discover people and brands, buy crypto with the Ramp network, rate 3Pay profiles, verified badges. So you see with my profile, we have a verified badge. Verified is different than premium. That actually means that you have to KYC. So you will have to show your identity. You will have to do a credit card transaction. You will have to do things to verify who you are in order to get that verified badge. And then, of course, the quick payment links, which is this Buy Me Coffee. This is something that gets not talked about that much, which I'm going to start talking about a little more, which is kind of the security side of things. Typically, when you log into a website like Facebook or Twitter or anywhere, you are either using a standard authentication or two-factor authentication. Standard authentication usually involves SSL, which means that you've got that little padlock on your browser, so any information that you transmit is encrypted via the SSL. So when you send your email and password over the line, it's actually encrypted until the server gets it, and then the server will decide what to do with it from there. Two-factor authentication works kind of the same way, only you've got this back and forth that happens with your initial login, then your code, then your confirm code before the session is actually activated. The 3-pay authentication works a little bit differently. So you connect your wallet, and once you verify that you own the wallet by connecting to it, you then typically would type in your email and password, but that doesn't get sent over the internet. We actually encrypt it and create what we call a wrapped passkey locally, and that's what gets transmitted over the internet. So your actual password, either raw or otherwise, is never transmitted over the internet. So it vastly simplifies the login process from both the server side and the user side. As well as I feel it adds a layer of security, because now you're not at all transmitting your actual password over the internet. So some upcoming features that we're working on: Lucky Day, which is a scratch-off ticket system that will allow you to earn tickets for different transactions or interactions that you make within our ecosystem. Then there's the e-commerce store, which is like a full shopping cart kind of experience. We do have a demo of that, where you can go and you can add products to a cart, and you can see that it's adding to a cart. Actually, I should just clear this right now. Let's start again. So you can see it's zeroed out. Plus. So we've got 3 items. So I'll go to checkout, and I've got my 3 items. I can add my shipping information, and again, just like before, it does the conversions automatically for me. I'm able to pop in a memo, and then just hit pay. We're going to have bookings and schedules as we talked about. Export to ledger, spreadsheets, stablecoin support, achievement badges, countdowns, advertisements, the 3Z smart contracts. I don't have the image off. I don't have the image ready to show you for that, actually. I posted it to our group. But one of the things I want to mention about that is some of the stuff that we're working on with the 3Z smart contracts these are financial tools. And I think they might be a little bit early, but one of the things you're going to be able to do is deploy your own smart contract to become your own bank. This is a contract that you would own and that would be under your control, 100%. We don't have any fees coming off of this. We don't have any interaction with these contracts whatsoever. It's completely yours, and it gives you the ability to do withdrawals, deposits. You can tax yourself, so you can add tokenomics to yourself, so that all the payments that you either send or receive can get, added to different pension or education funds or retirement funds. You can kind of set up your own kind of tokenomics for your own transactions. So that's going to be really interesting. And then we've got the 3-, which is basically your account balances and your token balances. And each token actually has the ability to have a widget attached to it. So you can see ETH doesn't have much other than the ramp network, but if we switch to BNB, we've got networks here. Then I've got some other tokens which actually have some other capabilities. So we can see I'm getting some trend reports from the stock, from the crypto market. I've got a claim option here for my F.A.T.E rewards. Different tokens that have different features. And this is also going to hold true for NFTs when the NFTs get displayed in the dashboard. We'll have the ability to have these kind of widgets that play into the functionality of whatever that token or asset is. So that's pretty much the run through. And I don't know, how long did that take me? A couple 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
Yeah, that was quite quick. But it's so fully detailed.
Can I get a copy of everything we just went through? Because that video, that first part, that was perfect, Gilded. Well done. Thank you.
Yeah, we should have had something like this before, man. Like, fucking hell. Like, you nailed it here, bro. Like, you have to upload this on YouTube and post it on F.A.T.E Global or something.
Yeah, we'll do
Definitely.
that.
Maybe do another 10 minutes of speaking about Automark and frosting, but the slides were on point. Like, you can go to a TEDx with this, like, literally.
TEDx talk, definitely.
And I know he covered a lot, but I assume you guys got questions or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I was actually jotting down some questions that I have, and I was asking in the middle if I should ask, but the presentation was so good. I do not want to disrupt the momentum.
I know. Don't worry, we're gonna give you a whitelist spot for the best question. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just me asking, and I guess if my team members have any question, they're either gonna message it to me, so I'll ask it over voice, or they're just gonna message it over the main chat.
Yeah.
But regardless, yeah. So I guess for my first question, which is probably something that really got me interested, is it's a multi-wallet. So you have your own wallet here
Mhm.
that's connected to any not I don't think it would be connecting to any networks available. So what's the coverage of the networks that the wallet will be able to receive or send payments to?
Right. So right now we just support 9 networks. We support Ethereum, we support Binance, we support Crow, Matic, AVAX, F.A.T.E, Phantom, Harmony, and Phoenix.
Okay, and so basically, amongst those 9 networks, it's working like a central exchange in terms of like transferring from one token to another just to a one single wallet that can handle multiple networks. Is that how it works?
No. You're still connecting to multiple chains, and you still have balances in multiple chains. We just give you a collective way to view that. Because right now, if you want to try and track your assets across all these chains, you're going to BSC Scan, you're going to ETH Scan, you're going to Kronos Explorer, you're going to all these different explorers, and everything is scattered. So even though you're still connecting to different networks and you're still spending on different networks, at least you're able to see everything from one hub, which makes
I
it
see.
easy
So
to
just
pass off to your
It's
accountant,
not
for
an
example.
auto bridge system. Yeah, it's not a bridging system or anything like that, but it consolidates all the information. Yeah.
That being said,
okay. So
bridging is something we've talked about down the road. Once we've got enough assets in all chains to be able to think about what we could do there as far as being able to bridge or speed up transactions, because we have assets on those networks and others may not. That's a real possibility, but we have to get there first. So right now it is just kind of a hub for all your information, but you still have to connect to each independent chain and interact that way.
okay, so mainly it's a portfolio viewer, but what makes it better than most portfolio viewers that I can think of is that it can cover any networks. No need to switch wallets to make sure that it's showing
Correct.
the currencies in that network. Okay. And yeah, again, that's going to be a good idea if you can utilize bridging, because it will be more convenient if everything that's going to be sent to a wallet, since it's like a social media kind of thing and you accept payments for this.
Mhm.
Let's say one person just wants everything to be in stablecoin, which definitely some non-crypto people would prefer.
Right. I mean, in
That would
fact,
be a
the,
lot more
the
convenient.
businesses that I'm talking to, they would largely want their payments made in stablecoin. However, what I'm suggesting to them is that they only think about it in terms of their costs. So if you're selling a product that you're selling for $100, but your cost is $50, then you can have a contract split that so that it's taking that $50 cost in stablecoin, so that you're never losing out on your cost, but your profits may end up being in BNB or ETH or even Bitcoin, so that you can at least see some gains from the profits side of the equation, and potentially let that play with the market rather than letting your complete payment play with the market.
Yeah, of course.
So you have,
But knowing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, but knowing how businesses work, they would prefer to have stable payments and incomes of some sorts, because it's easier to track and manage.
Well, you just have to make sure that they're able to recoup their costs, right? That's why the stable coin is so important when you're talking about business, because if they get paid $100 in BNB and then the market tanks, they've already sold the product. They're losing money from that.
That's
so
true. Yeah.
as long as they can recover the costs and let the rest kind of ride, then I feel like that's a smarter play than just getting the full payment in BNB or ETH, for example.
So this is all optional. We're going to leave these options up to
yeah, it's up to the individuals for sure.
And going to my next question, which is actually about the target audience. So basically, I think your main one is going to be businesses. So
definitely one of them. Yep. Yeah. No, definitely one of them. I mean,
but not okay. One of them. So what is your main one?
I mean, I think the main one is just people in general. Like in order for us to be the best platform possible for businesses, we need to have a place to get customers to businesses. We need to be able to connect those dots. I pointed to the Discover page as an example of that. So, we want to have our store full of product. We want to have our store full of businesses. But if we don't have users, then that's kind of, it's not really that beneficial to the business. Other than maybe them being able to accept crypto payments in store or on their own websites. If we're not able to do anything to up the exposure on these businesses, then I don't think we're doing it right. That's why the social media element is so important, because we're going to be challenging people to use this, not just for doing their daily transactions, but again, for working together and helping each other and just doing good, which social media isn't really known for. Social media is known for pile-ons and flame wars and people getting polarized about different issues. So we're really trying to kind of buck that trend a little bit by encouraging a kind of a healthy platform where people can go and make payments and follow each other in the same sorts of ways, but also have businesses in that mix. So businesses will be part of these social challenges and contests as well. That way we can drive customers to their locations potentially with these social challenges. Go to this location and hold up 3 fingers, for a chance to win X amount of dollars, things like that. So it's the network effect and the word of mouth that's going to make this really successful in the end. It's not going to be businesses or people, it's both.
Yeah, I think that
And
makes
one
sense.
thing,
Uh-huh. Oh yeah,
no,
no, but
sorry.
go on. Go on, no,
Yeah,
man. No, yeah,
I just wanted to add one more thing to this as well. A big major portion of our target audience that we think would really benefit from these is also, the people who utilize Twitch and YouTube, OnlyFans, everybody, because not only do we have the aspects that we were just covering, but think about it. OnlyFans takes around 40% of the revenue from the content creators. Now, if people just have a link in their bio with all their other, social links and everything like that, they can also be tipped directly in cryptocurrency. So we've really made a multifaceted product that can be utilized by everything from everyday people, influencers, AMA lounges, to small businesses and large businesses. If we really think about who our target audience is, it's anyone who's interested in crypto, has a social tree system in their bio, or a business is willing to take cryptocurrency as payments.
Well, and I think one thing that needs to be highlighted with that as well is the fact that when you're on YouTube or when you're on a lot of these social platforms, I mean, there's thresholds before you can start making money as a content creator. You have to meet a certain requirement before they start paying you. Here, you're able to kind of at least start making money off the hop, regardless if it's small or not. At least you're getting those little bumps of encouragement. You're able to just start taking payments and tips right away without having to worry about anything. You don't have to convert anything. You don't have to convert any points. You don't have to worry about thresholds. You just post your profile to your Twitch stream or to your YouTube stream, and hope that some of your audience will start to trickle in.
Okay, and I was saying earlier, I mean, the reason I asked that is that was my first impression that majority of your users will be mainly businesses, and I was thinking that if you have majority of people being businesses here, I think your priority should be just normal people who would be possible users or investors. Because if you have more shops than than people, then you wouldn't have much of like, I guess, a selling point to most people.
You need people.
And there was, yeah, people. And the thing that Nomad mentions as well is your target audience is going to be crypto users or businesses that does crypto. But in terms of social media, majority your target should be everyone, even outside crypto, if you wanted to have a huge
Well,
user base. So, do
no,
you have any strategies
yeah,
or
I
plans
mean,
for that?
this product is made more for people that don't know crypto than do. It's a driver for mainstream adoption, because mainstream adoption is not going to happen with crypto in its current form. People are not going to be. I mean, everybody is not going to become a day trader. They're not going to become financial experts. That's just not
Mhm.
realistic. We need a drastically simplified version of payments and crypto being used as just pure money, because that's what most people in the world are going to end up using it as. Right? Most people are not going to be trading or investing this. I mean, they will to a degree, but not to the degree that we are. The first wave of adoption with crypto is people that are learning the intricacies of the technology, how the trades work, how the swaps work, how all these different things work. This is too much for your average user. It's way, way too much. I've been building UIs and building businesses and different projects for 25, 26 years. You know, you want to see how big companies build for consumers. Go look at Google, right? Just go look at their homepage. There's nothing there. There's a search bar, right? They focused on ease of use and speed. That's always been Google's focus. That's always been what they've been really good at, and that's why they lead the world in search. So it's all about making it as easy to use as possible for the everyday user. And that's really what we're trying to do here. And I think that we're already light years easier than anything out there, in my opinion. I think there's still work to do, but it's about us being able to translate that complication and make it easy for people to both understand and use.
And oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
To add to that fact, it's kind of funny because majority of people are already used to the similar system, they just don't know it. Meaning, how many people buy biddies on Twitch and donate to their favorite streamer? And it's the same deal. You get a credit card, debit card, you punch it into the Twitch interface, you
It's a
buy
virtual
biddies.
currency.
Yeah,
Yeah.
biddies are a virtual currency.
Yeah.
Whereas us, it's the same thing. Oh, I want to buy ETH. I just go to my checkbook, I click on the on-ramp button, type in my credit card information, and I buy ETH. So we've simplified that process to what people are already used to. We just now have to warm people up and getting them used to the idea of this is biddies with real world utility.
That totally makes sense. But I think why people is just so hesitant in crypto is that I guess the general public, or maybe mainly the governments, are trying to FUD crypto so that
Well,
yeah, when we mention crypto, oh, I don't like that. People are acting like that, scams and stuff.
but this
It's
is the
dangerous.
this is the internet. This is the internet, right? Like the internet itself was the scam, and a lot of people either don't realize that or they forget
Yeah.
that. Like people wouldn't put their credit card into the internet at one point. Businesses didn't think they needed a website at one point. I remember trying to sell websites to businesses, and their response was, "I have a Yellow Pages ad. What do I need a website for?"
Oh man.
Right?
Well, it's funny too.
Yeah.
Does everyone remember what the deciding factor was that made people comfortable with putting their credit card information into the internet? It was porn.
Yeah.
What? Really?
Well,
It was porn.
oddly
Is
enough,
that based on your own experience?
no. Oddly enough,
No. Yeah.
porn has been a major driver of internet innovation since the very beginning. We wouldn't have video streaming
Yes, yeah.
services. We wouldn't have photo sharing services. We wouldn't have any of these things if it wasn't for porn. At one point, porn was 80% of internet traffic. And that's no joke. I mean, it was.
No, yeah, so literally porn is the thing that got people comfortable enough to, let me type my credit card into this random website to pay for a video or an image. And then people got it in their head, oh, well, if I can buy porn this way, what's stopping me from buying other items outside of the porn ecosystem?
Oh, I mean, I was thinking it would be Amazon or eBay making people use credit card payments, but
it was friggin' porn.
yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because people who would like porn are the people who would take risks as well. And
Well,
I
the
guess
whole
it just
Pamela Anderson thing with Tommy Lee, when their sex video came out, the only way you could get it was by buying a VHS tape through a digital website before it was even uploaded to the interwebs, and they would deliver a sex tape VHS tape to your home because of what you bought on the internet.
I mean, do people even remember that when Netflix started, they were a DVD rental service, a mail order DVD rental service?
wow. I don't know. I only know some of like rental services. I did not know I only know Netflix when it became a streaming platform. I guess.
Yeah,
I was not just informed.
they used to have kiosks. Yeah, they used to have kiosks in shopping malls and grocery stores, and you just go up and you pick your movie, and it would like a vending machine. It would pop out the disc, and you'd have to send it back to them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, that's knowledge that I did not expect to learn from this. But yeah, I guess
Porn
yeah.
drove the internet.
Still now, it's one of the biggest industries, like money making industries. What to say, yeah, that's how the world goes on now. So I guess a driving factor on what will make something become a trend is how many people you get in and how will you market it.
Mhm.
So what kind of marketing stuff do you have in plan to make sure that you will reach the best kind of audience possible to make sure that you spread the word out?
Yeah, I mean, I think that social challenges and contests are the way that that's going to happen. Um, there's just you see this happening on TikTok all the time, but the challenges are stupid and it's and often dangerous. Tide Pod challenges
Yeah.
and of the likes. We need to shift that behavior and make it more productive. And I really feel like these social challenges are a great promotional vehicle if utilized right. Um, and if the
Finding
energy
a
is
random
focused.
person.
Yeah, like if we build these
Influencers would love that. Like just taking a video of them showing, like, here I'm on the 3Pay app, and I'm going to send a random user on 3Pay $1,000, and I don't know who they are, and they don't know who I am, and they're not going to know it was me, and like that's going to create a lot of social. But also to keep in mind, as far as marketing the product, we've only really marketed this product for publicly what, 2.5 weeks now.
yeah.
I mean, and I can't really get into a lot of details of people who have reached out to us regarding this, but we've gotten a lot of positive feedback. A lot of really influential people in and outside of the crypto space have contacted us for potential partnerships and things like that. And so, and right now we have what, 200 users
201.
worldwide, and
201, yeah.
201 users worldwide, and we've only publicly pushed this thing for 2 weeks.
Wow. I mean, congratulations to you for that. And I can't see what they see in this one because first of all, I saw the UI. Oh yeah, just the GUI, the graphic, and I like what I'm seeing right now and the idea behind it as well. I mean, it definitely looks like a professionally made application or platform. And this is already going to be available in mobile.
Yeah, I mean, you open it in your wallet, right? So if you're using Trust Wallet or
Mm-hmm.
MetaMask,
Mm-hmm.
this is
At the app, yeah.
yeah, this works as a DApp right now. Correct.
I see. And another thing I wanted to ask is that in terms of like this would work as some sort of an advertisement if you have a business or something, like how Facebook ad works, right?
Yeah, so the Discover page is actually where we're going to do a lot of our advertising. So if you go to the Discover page, and I don't have it linked right now, but I'll pull it up over here. You'll be able to pay to have your business featured there, for example. Or if you're in the store and you've got products listed in the store, you'll also be able to pay to advertise and have your products featured so that they're listed at the top or they're showing up in recommendations and things like that nature.
Yeah, like if you have a discount on a product or something, like it could show up as, oh, 50% off this item through the store. There's a lot of avenues for that as well.
Yeah. And the cool thing about the advertisements that we're going to be doing with 3Pay is that they can trigger transactions to happen. So this isn't an example of where you click an ad, it takes you to a website, you have to read a bunch of stuff before you even decide what you're doing. These ads will be hot. So when you'll literally be buying or signing up for whatever you're doing in that ad. The moment you hit the ad, it's going to trigger MetaMask just like a 3Pay payment. The transaction will happen, and then you'll either go through some fulfillment process if it's a product, or if it's a service, you'll end up going through a fulfillment process there. But they're going to be direct advertisements and direct transactional advertisements. So we're going to
No
remove it.
need to register and put
Well,
your credit card details or anything as
nothing
long
like
as you log
that.
into the.
The
That's pretty convenient.
the fulfillment side, you may still have to do some extra steps. For example, if it's a product that you're ordering and you haven't put your shipping information in before, you may have to add your shipping information. Or if you're subscribing to a service, you may have to create the account once the payment's been made. But the hardest part of the transaction is out of the way. It's literally one click, right? And then you're on to the actual fulfillment process or the back end of the process.
Exactly, and you're free from the risk of phishing.
Correct.
Going to another website, you don't know where you're typing, and yeah, we can assure that it's safe. Everything that you have within the website, within the platform.
Correct. And one thing I should also point out with the rating system, which I think is kind of important here, is because when you're deciding who's trustworthy enough to pay or and whatnot, that rating system is going to become even more important. And it's important to note that only people that have premium accounts can vote. So you're not going to have a situation where floods of people are joining 3Pay just so they can attack or bot or affect your rating.
Bots, yeah.
Right?
Oh man! And if you talk to any Twitter user, I mean, sheesh. I follow one influencer. If I follow one influencer on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, I get 50 clone accounts messaging me saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, did you hear about my investment strategy? And you should follow me and send me money." And it's with what our system is. It allows only verified users to vote, and then also it takes out of if someone wants to pay to get their votings up, that means they're going to have to create a crap ton of premium accounts to do that. And that's a barrier of entry for scammers. I don't think that they want to cross.
Well, it's not only is it a huge cost to do, but it's also a lot of work because you have to literally log out and connect and log out and connect and log out and connect and log out and connect, however many times you decide you want to do that. So not only are you paying for each account at $250 a pop, you're also doing way more work as a consequence to actually accomplish the goal that you're trying to achieve, which is to try
create 100 wallets just to create 100 wallets, 100 times $250 to create in a premium account, and then you have to swap between 100 wallets just to vote 100 times.
Yeah. So
and okay, yeah, totally makes sense. But another thing I wanted to point out is, you know how Google Ads work, right? They give you the relevant ads based on your search history and what you click in, which is convenient and also scary in a way that your privacy is out there being, sometimes I would get relevant ads like, oh yeah, Nike, a new shoe, Nike shoe. Oh, it's in discount. Yeah, good. At the same time, they're going to be telling you stuff that you'd like to buy, but you don't even remember giving that information to. But it's good and bad. But in terms of getting people the relevant ads, considering that this is crypto, so you wouldn't have access to people's favorites and stuff. So in the discover page that you're talking about, how can you make sure that the people seeing that, who are the people who wants to see that?
So in your settings, you have a spot where you can type in your preferred keywords. Meaning, so if I want to show up when someone types up AMA or something, if I have any like AMA in my bio or crypto in my bio, or if I put it in the search function, meaning like I can add hashtag crypto. If they have any of those keywords in their bio or in their in that search function, Gilded, right there. So you can add hashtags and things there. So if anyone's filled that information out, they will get the relative information pop up. If they haven't filled anything, it could still tag based on information they've put in their bio, but we're not collecting data like Google or Amazon and crap like that.
Well, I'm going to stop you there for a second because there will be a point where we are collecting data, but the only difference would be is that you as the owner of that data, the user of that data, that created that data, you get the benefit from that. So anytime that the data is used to serve up an ad or things like that, you're going to get paid for that, right? It's your data. You're the one that created it. You're the one that owns it. You're the one that gets some benefit from it. So
I think that should be the way for everywhere. You should be getting paid for getting it.
I mean, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of everything that we're building is all based on that premise, right? AuthorMark is about helping you protect your intellectual property and your digital assets. Frosting is about helping you kind of reclaim your personal identity and your metadata and owning all of that so that you get the benefit and profit from that because this is all your property, right? Everything that we're doing is around building tools that help you decentralize yourself and reclaim your value from the system. Because all of these systems, whether we're talking about Google, whether we're talking about Facebook, TikTok, doesn't matter. They only have value because we as people give them value. We hand it over. We post it freely. We drive attention to these sites because we bring our friends, we bring our families, we bring our colleagues. We post our pictures of our parties and everything else. I mean, this is all what's adding the value to the system. We pay on average as users 22 cents a day to use Facebook. You might not realize it, but that's your cost because you have to pay for your phone, you have to pay for your data, you have to pay for your power. That equates to about 22 cents a day per service, and every person on average uses 8 to 10 services a day. So that's 22 cents a day that you're spending on Facebook. Facebook is making 8 cents a day off of you.
I could be leaving off that. Buying food and stuff every day, but that's how they make money.
It's how they make money. So I'm saying
Yes, exactly.
if Facebook is making 8 cents a day off of you, in my opinion, there is no reason why they can't be paying you 4 cents of that.
Amen.
Definitely. And so there's it's gonna be implemented in the future. The data sharing, and you get paid for that.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be an awesome feature, and it could be a good selling point for people, telling them what other major companies are taking from them for free when they can get paid for that.
Yeah, I mean the whole frosting and authormark aspect of it really hones in on that and that aspect of things for sure. 3Pay is kind of just us dipping our toes into the water. It's got some social features, but a lot of the social features that are in 3Pay actually derive from frosting. It's like a mini version of frosting.
It's the precursor for what we're trying to build out. Yeah.
So right now it's just the first stage, and as soon as you go on, yeah, I guess that's something to be implemented while you have a bigger user base. So basically, it's kind of like a testing phase.
It's an onboarding phase.
Okay.
It's an easy way to get people involved and build up our exposure as we kind of keep developing these utilities.
Okay, so I guess I still have one last question because I do not want to drag this AMA for too long, because if it's too long, I don't think my community will watch the entire part of it. Yeah. So last question is that crypto is based on being anonymous and stuff. I mean, of course, this is a social media platform, and you're targeting not only crypto users but non-crypto users. So money is involved in this. Businesses will be taking money here. So saying the fact that in the case that somehow a business decides to scam, to rug, do you have any measures to make sure that people get some sort of justice or get some money if it's possible, if those kind of things happen? And will there be any doxing or KYC or anything that will make them
so verified badges have to be KYC. If you've got a product that's listed in our store, you're KYC'd. Anything that's formally promoted for or promoted by the site will require a KYC. So if you want to put up an ad, you have a business that you want to put up an ad in our Discover page or in our store, you're going to have to KYC and verify your business and your name. Only verified accounts will be able to have access to these features. Otherwise, you're just kind of stuck trying to promote yourself and capture people that way. Now, the rating system will help combat that to some degree because people will be able to vote on people, and that will translate. People, obviously don't like bad reviews. If a user is found to be a scammer or a rug and they've got a premium account, we will literally suspend their account and ban them, and there's no refund issued. The account fee that you pay when you sign up, it's stated clearly that if you're trying to name squat or if you're trying to maliciously manipulate people, we're going to take your account. We're not allowing misuse of usernames. Meaning, if just because you think you're lucky enough to get the Facebook username, for example, and you pay your $250, well, we know that's not you. So you just gave us $250.
And you see instances of people who oh, I got Gary V at .eth, or I got, this person at .eth, and they're getting these ENS names in the hopes that Gary V will buy that domain from them for a huge markup. We're not playing that game.
No.
So if we find out that you're, as Gilded said, name squatting or just for whatever reason, we're just going to ban your account and then gift that name to its intended person.
Potentially, I wouldn't say gift.
Okay. Okay.
I would give them the option to register it for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not going to let people misuse brand names and names and name squat. Name squatting is something that is very, very old. Basically, since the internet began, name squatting has become a thing. Initially, it was just with with domains, .coms, .nets. I've had it happen to me where I registered .com, and no sooner do I register the .com, I'm getting emails trying to sell me the .net and .org. This thing happens all the time, and it's even more pervasive now than it ever has been because now there's more domains. There's more what they call TLDs, which is top level domains. So you can get .coffee, you can get anything you want.
.nft.
Yeah, so the name squatting is only amping up from that. But we're not going to deal with that at all. I'm not going to let people name squat or purchase names just to sit on them and not use them and blackmail people for them, which is effectively what it is.
Okay, and in terms of normal users, sorry, this is going to be my actual last question.
No worries.
What would be? I just had this in my mind while you're talking about that. So, in terms of free users, what will be the requirement for free users to be able to register?
There's not a whole lot of requirement for free users. They can't have a username. That's their fundamental flaw, like the fundamental downfall with the free user accounts is that there's no username. You also can't add like a cover photo. I don't know. You probably won't be able to add hashtags. There's going to be a lot of limitations on the free accounts.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to have to do a lot of the work yourself if you want to promote a free account. We're not going to
Yeah, in the
help at
free
all.
account, you still get access to creating a hot link through your page, add your socials, just like a normal link tree.
Yeah.
But the other features of having be able to, as Gilded said, being able to be discovered, ease of finding you just by typing in an @name, things like that. So that's why the benefits really do come from creating a premium and a premium verified account.
Okay, totally makes sense. So, I guess that's it for my questions now. And additional information. Do you have anything? Uh, do you have a native coin for this one?
No, no. StreetPay does not have a coin. StreetPay is about
Oh,
being
okay.
able to use tokens and assets that already exist.
Mhm.
The F.A.T.E project itself has 2 coins. We have 2 tokens, but they're not directly required in any way to use StreetPay. They're kind of disconnected
Oh, okay.
in that way.
I love that you're just focusing on the utility. You're not making off to have some sort of native token to somehow make more money of it. But I think that with the functions that you have here so far will be sufficient,
Mm-hmm.
and to be what do you call this? Gain money or be how do you call how do you get to gain any profits for this as a team? Like via the ads and the users paying the premium. That's the
Correct.
main way
Correct.
for you
Correct.
guys. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's pretty clean to do it.
Yeah, we
And
offer a product, and
mhm,
instead of trying to get people to buy an NFT or a coin, we're a
mhm,
business.
mhm.
We offer a product, people pay for it, and we a portion of that goes back to just like anything else, development stuff like that, and a portion of that, we split up just like a normal business.
Yeah. And then we do put a portion of it back into the ecosystem as far as the Fat Cake token and the F.A.T.E token are concerned, so that our holders get the benefit of the 3Pay service. But again, it's not a requirement to hold Fat Cake or F.A.T.E to use 3Pay. You can use 3Pay for any tokens you want.
So yeah, basically, when our social platform is gonna develop further on, we're gonna have F.A.T E token as the native transaction token in the chain, and you can use it. You have to use it, or you don't have to use it. It's up to you. And for the fat cake, you can see it as a share in the business that pays dividends. So if the business goes well, you're gonna receive some money back because you invested into fat cake. So
I think we got to be careful when we use the term share in the business, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
this would be
sorry.
better as a standalone to just disconnect it from anything because I think the product that you have here is already good and
Yeah.
yeah, I think that would be the better set. Just personally for me because I'm bought in the function that you have here so far, and you can just focus on that different kind of branding and yeah, it's just my 3 cents on that.
Yeah, I mean, you could go. I mean, you can go through the entire 3Pay site, and you won't find Fat Cake or Fate really listed anywhere, unless unless you actually hold Fat Cake or Fate tokens, and you go to your dashboard, you'll see a
Yeah.
balance. But outside that, it's not. We're not promoting Fat Cake or Fate. We're promoting 3Pay.
And that's the right way to do. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's it for me. Thank you so guys for giving us your time as well. I know this is quite prompt that we scheduled this, but yeah, if it would be possible, send us the recording of this
Sure.
conversation. This is really interesting, and we'll be sharing it to our community as well. So, anything you wanted to add before we conclude this?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Oh, I think this was solid. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
This was as well. Yeah,
I appreciate
I
the.
was
I
really
appreciate
bought
the
into
time.
the idea. Definitely, guys. So thank you so much, and yeah, we'll definitely see the development of this project, and maybe I will try to register an account. Is it possible now? Maybe some other
Yeah.
day.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'll try it myself as well.
You
Future
can
reference.
use my link, so I get the referral if you get a premium account if you want, or Vlad's.
Oh, sure. I'll try it. Okay. Yeah, just send the links in the main chat here. So yeah, maybe my core members wanted to get it in as well for an account. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, guys.
Cool.